Your fundamental understanding about exertion and exhaustion is wrong. You have it backwards. Most people use this analogy that we have a battery, an electronic battery, and we drain it. And the more we drain it, we lose capacity. We lose over time the capacity for that battery to hold enough charge. It just degrades. But you see, we are not electronic batteries. We are organic batteries. And organic batteries do the opposite. The more you exert an organic battery, the more energy it can hold. It just increases capacity. It's actually backwards. And you already know that this is so because you've been stressed in your life. You've been put into a corner over and over and over again. And you've been stressed sentimentally, emotionally, mentally. And over time, you've built more capacity for stress. And now people, after that situation went away, people are like, how can you be so calm all the time? How can you be so chill? Why isn't everything stressing you out? And you go like, I've been through so much more than this. You don't even imagine what stress is. Because that was the period of time where you've built capacity for stress. And now you have that capacity. But you see, there is another thing that people don't understand. You see, organic batteries are so efficient that we actually lose capacity, but not like an electronic battery. We actually lose capacity every time we don't exert ourselves. Every time we don't use that battery, we actually lose capacity. Whenever we try to do the least amount possible, and most people try to do that. Most people optimize for the least amount of effort all the fucking time. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. They have it backwards and they play this game where they exert themselves as little as possible and then the capacity just becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And then life gets in the way and they have to exert themselves a little bit more and now they feel exhausted and now that keeps on going and then they build the capacity again and then they go and drain it out a little bit more when things are calmer. And then again, they get exhausted. So they play this catch-up game all the time instead of building enough capacity so that not only they are working, but they are enjoying life as well. They're doing all of these things because they've built enough capacity. Build so much capacity that people around you look at you and they go like, how can you do so many things? How can you have so many hobbies? How can you do so many achievements in your professional work? How can you produce so many things? I cannot understand. Do you have 48 hours in a day? What's going on? Where do you get this energy? Where do you get this energy? Are you on drugs? What's going on? I don't understand it. I cannot comprehend how you have so much energy. And you tell them it's because they have the whole idea about exhaustion backwards, about energy, about batteries, about human life. They have it backwards. It is when you exhaust yourself more that you get more capacity, not when you conserve energy. Because when you conserve energy, you are actually losing capacity. There is one singular reason to conserve energy, and that is if you live in an area very, very dangerous, that's a reason to conserve energy. You have to understand that we live in the most peaceful, in the most safe environments in history. It makes no sense if you lived in a developed country, in a city or a town. It makes no sense to not exert yourself all the time in order to build more and more and more capacity. That will prepare you for life. No matter what life throws at you, you are ready to exert yourself. You are ready with that capacity. Every time you try to do as little as possible and you try to conserve energy, you are losing capacity. That's the fundamental truth about exhaustion and exertion.